But I think you'll want to agree that he illustrated love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, generosity, and self-control. I don't know about the self-control. That could be. But when you think about that, I think that pretty well sums up who I knew as who Stan was. And so I would raise money. I'd like to have somebody reflect on how Stan reflected love. So give me an example of somebody up there. What do you think when you think of Stan as being somebody that radiated love? Could somebody stand and talk about that? And then you could give $5.
I'll do that. One of the first times I remember talking to Stan was I was expressing concern about my husband who was chainsawing trees that had fallen down in the last storm of last year, and I just said, gosh, I don't know if that's a good idea. And Stan leans over and says to me, how old is he? And I said, he's 69. Stan says, oh, no. Don't let him do that. You have no idea what I see with 69-year-old men in chainsaws. And so I went home and saved my husband's limbs by telling him the doctor said don't do this. That was a good
How
one.
about joy? Who could illustrate something on Stan on joy? Or do you want another one on love?
Yeah, I raised my hand before you asked for joy. So I just want to say that Dr. Stan saved my bacon one time. I got anaphylactic shock, and it happens a lot. My face will swell up and stuff. And this time, my throat was being closed off. I couldn't get air. I couldn't breathe. And Bonnie took me to the hospital, and Dr. Stan fixed me up.
Joy? Yeah, Joy.
I think it was when Stan said, Al, turn your head and cough.
Hey, who's collecting? Who's collecting? How about peace? How about peace?
Well, the only one thing I know about Stan is that he's devoted to Jan, and Jan is an outstanding young lady that compliments him on everything he does. So therefore, that's joy and happiness all put together.
Is somebody collecting?
I guess nobody's collecting.
Oh, I think Stan.
How about patience? Anybody can illustrate Stan with patience? Make up something.
Yeah, he was a doctor, so we have lots of patience.
$5.
$10 for that one.
Okay, how about kindness? How about kindness? Illustrate kindness with Stan. Talk to him about it. Anybody can say something?
This one's worth $10 if you let me talk a little bit more.
Okay.
This is something that probably none of you know about Stan. When we were medical students, we went to Chicago together. This was in the turbulent 60s, and we were assigned to community health organizations. Stan was so moved by the poverty he saw there, he decided to do unto others what someone had done for him. He chose a young black kid from the ghetto and brought him back to California to be a surrogate parent and try to show this kid a new path for life. It didn't work out well. Stan did this in spite of having basically no finances, sharing a place to live with other people, but it was all heart because someone took care of him, helped him get out of trouble and into college and then medical school. So it was a very noble gesture.
Just one of many stories, I think.
Here, I'll pay his dues, here. Doctor volunteers at our clinic, so that's for his efforts.
Okay, you can stand up. How about as far as goodness? How can you relate to something with Stan with goodness?
Well, I've known Stan a long time, and we used to talk when he would take his cruises. He would volunteer and go on, and I'd say, how come you're not at Rotary? He said, oh, I was on the boat for a while. So he was doing on the City of Hope. He toured on the boat, and it was very good for that. So.
How about faithfulness? Anybody can story on Stan with faithfulness? About stories on faithfulness.
He was an atheist. What did we tell you?
No, faithful. Faithful to his patients, faithful to his career, faithful to his wife, faithful to his anything on that?
I was already
all of those.
Already
I can
paid,
say
but
something.
when you look at it,
So faithfully, every single time I saw Stan, he would tell me every marathon that I've done. Every time I saw him, he would faithfully tell me, you've done da-da-da-da-da-da, and then every marathon. There you go.
Generosity? Any stories about Stan with generosity? I guess usually come into with generosity. And the last one, either pro or con on self-control.
Well, I have one for generosity. How we do the balloon animals for all the kids at Keith's parties, and not a lot of people know this, but for like almost a year straight, almost every Thursday before Rotary, he'd come by the office and see me, and he'd make the girls a balloon animal because Eric would have to go pick the girls up and miss Rotary for a period of time. And then he'd give me one too, just in case, so I didn't feel left out. And he'd probably sit there for 45 minutes and just talk, and I don't think there was one day that he didn't go by where he'd pull out his ID and he'd be like, do you know what the V for my middle name stands for? And he'd be like, my 2 lesbian moms gave it to me. Can you guess what it is? And then he'd go, my middle name's Valentine. Stanley Valentine Hajduk.
I think it's self-control for me was he did lack a little bit. Do you want to?
Yeah. Some of the older club members may remember Stan used to love Zen poetry. And occasionally he'd get up and read it. So, and you know how we do the 4th of July every year at the park and all that? And every once in a while the band takes a break. And I always wanted to get Stan up there and read Zen poetry to the whole crowd while the band was taking a break. Well, he never took me up on it, but I kind of miss the poetry readings.
Kind of an all of the above, you know, when he retired from the Pajaro Valley Health Trust, the place was jam-packed. So either a lot of people ended up in the emergency room or a lot of people had a lot of respect for Stan. And, you know, they're talking about a memorial for him, and the biggest problem they're having doing a memorial is finding a place big enough for the people to all be able to attend. So it says something about Stan.
Yeah. I think he was the fruit of the spirit. Thank you.
Thank you.